I'm an introvert, most commonly mistaken for a bitch. You know, my ex actually called me that once, which made me laugh because he had me down as being quite cool and aloof, but then apparently I am defensive and emotionally unavailable, which isn't quite as exciting. I don't mean to be. Just when I feel attacked, I come into myself, just block it all out. I don't think I was always this bad. I do think being in London has made it worse. Everything's just so fast and crowded and busy and noisy all the time, and no one really cares about you. They're just interested in themselves, and that can make you hard. That's what it did to me. That's why I came home, just for a bit. I think about moving home sometimes, but I can't tell me mum that. Honestly, the amount of times I've bitched about our flat and our street and our city and just how there's nothing here, but I think I was a nicer person when I was here. I think I was happier.
Hi, sorry. I was just doing a move there that's called the flamingo, which I developed as part of my practice called headgasm. I'm Arjun, by the way, or Arj as people in the community like to call me. And I'm what's known as a self-defined shit. That stands for Scenic Health Intuition Teacher. I hope this will be the start. Excuse me. I'm trying to record a video here, just give me a minute. Fuck's sake. Just reduce another tape, yeah. I hope this will be the start of a fantastic journey together. I developed the idea of headgasm on my travels around the world to places such as Sunny Beach in Bulgaria, Kavos, Ibiza, and Zante. The idea is all based around the air. I mean, air is everywhere. I've done courses in meditation, mindfulness and safeguarding, and I passed 2 of them. If you join today, you'll be part of over 36 people in our community, with a satisfaction rate of nearly 40%. As a teacher, I like to open myself to my students and allow them to come in and on me. I hope today you'll join and become part of our... Oh, for fuck's sake, please be quiet! This video is really important to me. Sorry, we'll just do... Yeah. I hope you'll join our incredible community and become part of the Headgasm family. Thank you very much. Namaste.
Okay, great. Hi, my name's Jennifer and I am the relationship coordinator at Little People Meet, which is, clues in the name, a dating agency for very small little men. Come on. So, on my lunch break, I like to come to the gym, really just to try and relieve some stress because it's quite an intense job. Cool. So, essentially, I'm a matchmaker. But no, don't ask me if I can set you up with one of my mates because people always ask me that.
Have you ever had a romantic relationship with a client?
Is that an appropriate question for an interview? I don't think so. Relationships with clients are one word, and it starts with strictly and ends with unprofessional. For the last time, I have not been shagging Simon. Come on, because that's what you're incinerating, isn't it? I'm not a complete moron. I know there's rumours going around the office, and for the record, it only happened once.
I thought you said you hadn't said so.
Right. Well, I made a mistake. But that doesn't mean that Louise from floor 3 can go around telling people that she caught us on the table in the 69 position and that I've been hiding Simon beneath my fur coat for general pleasure ever since. Stop it, Simon.
Life can be really difficult coming from my sort of background sometimes. I know. What an overprivileged twat. I think the same. I mean, look, my parents have been incredible. They filled my life with amazing opportunities. They've paid for me to go to the most expensive schools, always supported me and showed affection. And what have I got to show for it? Absolutely fuck all. I mean, I've gone from job to job. I've gone from being a fucking writer to working in real estate. And even still, that's only because of my father. I mean, I wake up each morning thinking there's some lad from some public school who is far more ambitious and far more qualified to be doing what I'm doing. I enjoyed the writing. Sharing ideas with Bailey in the morning over coffee. I miss Bailey. He's my best friend. We lived together for over 9 years in a small place just near Regent's Park. We had an incredible time. He's one of those people that always manages to dance in the rain, you know? And when he moved, I feel like my whole life changed. I mean, I just didn't realise how much time we spent with each other. I mean, I don't think we went more than one day without seeing each other. And then he got married, had a baby, and buggered off to Liverpool. All in the space of 6 months. I'd love to love someone like that, you know? I mean, I've tried, like, have a baby, settle down, but I mean, I don't know. I never imagined my life without Bailey. I must admit, when he got married, I felt like I'd been cheated on.
Ever since I can remember, my dad used to hit my mum. And she would lie. Say nothing happened. And he would laugh it off and send me to my room. But one day, it was really bad. I distinctly remember I was sat on my bed, just staring at the ceiling, listening to the footsteps, glass breaking, door slamming, and I don't know. Something just clicked and I knew exactly what to do. So I went in the kitchen, grabbed the biggest knife, the one that Mum seasons chicken with. I walked up the stairs, crept up behind him, and I stabbed him 4 times. 1 in the leg, 2 in the chest, 1 in the eye. Mum and I spent that night trying to dispose of the body. You see that pot, that massive pot that every black person has in their house, yeah? We cut him up in little pieces and cooked him like soup. We even told the neighbours that he went back to the Caribbean for work. Mum prayed. She prayed every night for me. She prayed that this wouldn't affect me, that I wouldn't become this serial killer or something. I guess I let her down.
I spend a lot of time watching other people, mainly, which is nice. Other times it can be quite intimidating. You feel like people are watching you, which is nice. It's nice to be noticed. I feel like it's better to be invisible though. See, because when you're invisible, you're secretly in charge. No more loser Jim. No more pushover Jim. I'm badass Jim. Anime superhero Jim. I feel free, you know? I feel like a kid again. See, because when I was younger, I think I was a fake kid. I liked feeling things. I still do. Happiness, sadness, sunshine, rain, the breeze, stillness. Mum and Dad weren't fans. Right now, I think I've got about 65% kid in me, which sounds like a lot, but the other 35% went a long time ago. It was beaten out of me. Shouted out. Come to think of it, that's probably why I don't like shouty people. They take themselves too seriously. Yeah? There's no kid left. I just want to play, man. But for now, I think I'll stick to watching.
Did you take a Krispy Kreme? You did? Well, it's okay. It's just for my sisters, you know, I'm just trying to make sure they have a nice day. It's also my mum's birthday. Don't ask me how old she's turning, I don't give a fuck. I just want to make sure that they forget. Done my whole life, those bubbers. I'd grab a lightning bolt by my hands if I could for them. Just thinking about all the love in that house. All the vanilla, bubbly, electric, gold things filling up the house when I'm with them, and she wants to go. It's actually okay. It's fine. Because, you know, it's just fine. Even when it feels like there's a rope tied around my legs, it's fine. Even when that rope tightens, when I look at them and my legs turn purple, when there's blood coming out of my toenails, it's absolutely fine. Because she's somewhere else with the other end, skip roping in some supermarket, bungalow, book club, girls' night out, fucking yoga club, fucking Zumba class, shit, fuck her! You're gonna need to buy me another Krispy Kreme.
But the shift change all the time. Second that rotor comes out, chaos. Now, I need a new job really. Now, something I enjoy, something worthwhile. I've been here 2 years. I ain't got anything to show for it. Now, I don't want to end up like everybody round here, stuck in the same dead-end job they've had since school. Maybe getting out of Slough once a year to visit fucking Winter Wonderland. It's not that I'm better than that. No. I want more for my life, you know? I want to find someone. Someone that loves me for me, you know, despite all this. And yeah, I'd like to get married one day and eventually have kids, but right now I'm looking for someone to get through this shit show we call life with. So yeah, to answer your question, that'd be my biggest fear. To end up alone. But I've got to get back to work. We done it. First one.
Hello, I'm Jemima, Mrs. Jemima Luxton. You've caught me in a bit of a predicament. This isn't my usual neck of the woods, not quite as green as I've become accustomed to. Is that a shot? Excellent. Jemima, what's a world-class bird like you doing in a shithole like this, I hear you ask? Well, I'll tell you, this is actually my former stomping ground, and so I volunteer at the local prep to inspire the local youths to aim high and rise above their surroundings like I did. Unfortunately, I didn't quite make it to St Matthew's because it's all a bit different from how I remember it round here. So, yeah. Not to worry though, I am extremely resourceful. This tree, for example, packed with nutrients. Of course, I was a vegan long before it was the done thing. I think I have a cousin who still works around here, actually. She's an absolute nutter. A very distant cousin, of course. Far, far removed from one. My husband, Philip's actually on his way to rescue me. Yeah, usually he has a bit of a rule. He doesn't like driving through areas that look like they might have clapped for the NHS, but he's very kindly obliged me on this occasion. That's him, actually. So off I go. Philip!
Bloop, 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 bloop. I remember this room. This used to be my old schoolroom, you know. I met my wife in this room. We grew up together. We used to love traveling and foreign holidays. But I always felt that the very best part was coming home and finding everything just as you left it. Only now, I can never find things just as I leave them. Things always seem to go missing. Last week, I went to the grocer's to get my... And the streets I used to know, I can't seem to find them anymore. It makes me angry sometimes, but if I could wish for anything, I would want to keep my memories. They never change. They never change.
Someone. I like death, but I would never kill someone. I like dead things. Death, but I don't kill people. I wouldn't know where to begin. I just like dead things. You didn't have to bring me here to the police office. I didn't kill her. But I can tell when people are going to die. I watched them from a distance, and I see them. They look so pale and poorly. I love handling dead things, animals mostly. I work in taxidermy, so the fresher the carcass, the better. You can just rip it open and clean it and stuff it. I know that sounds creepy, but it isn't. I get rid of unwanted things, the dead foxes and birds on the side of the road. I take them and I make them beautiful, immortal. They're mine forever. When my father died, I thought that I would be scared of death. When I saw him in the coffin, I felt like I couldn't breathe. Then I saw his face. It was so calm and quiet. He wasn't a loving man, but in that moment I realized we had all the time in the world. I just loved him so much, and there he was, silently listening to me. I never felt closer to him in my life. The woman you're talking about, I've never met her. I promise.
We're kind of the same, you and me, aren't we, Martha? You know, Miss Richardson tells me all the time how good you are in her drama class. You and your lovely little impromptu improv sessions. That impression you do of me is hilarious. How does it go again? Oh, hi, I'm Miss Mangaby. I laugh like a monkey and my nipples stick out of my top. Ah, that one is fucking hilarious, isn't it? You've got a real gift for comedy, haven't you, Martha? You know, Miss Richardson actually writes it right here in your progress report. But, you know, I don't want to bore you with all of that stuff. Let's just talk face to face, you and me. David, you know David, right? My brother, David, everyone knows Miss Mangaby's brother. David came home with a gash on his shoulder yesterday. And he didn't want to tell me at first where it came from, but when I asked him, he said it came from you, Martha, that funny girl from his drama class. You pushed him in the road. You know, I am a very good guidance counsellor, and there's a very good reason we don't have any bullies here at St. Matthew's. They just seem to disappear, and they just vanish. You know that boy, George Evans, do you remember him? You don't, do you? Well, I'll let you imagine what happened to him. Like I said, Martha, we're the same, you and me. We're just animals underneath all of this stuff. I laugh like a monkey. You behave like a bitch.
I haven't left my house in 8 months. I don't work. So silly. You might recognise me from the adverts that used to be on. Mrs. Muscle. I'm him. I'm Mr. Muscle. Going into kitchens without a shirt on, helping women defeat grime. People would stop me in the street and get my picture, and I'll do the catchphrase, and I let myself go. People would laugh at me, strangers. Oh, I bet you don't even fit the cape anymore. Stupid. The royalties dry up in a couple of months. I need to get a job. I have to. I will. Yes. I will run full pelt at this shitting door, and I will obliterate it. I will be free. I am Mr. Muscle.
You're very odd. I like odd, but you're very odd. I invite you round for a fun dinner and all you want to do is ask questions and poke. When I was 13, The light, it's a ray of sunshine. That's what my sister used to call me. A ray of sunshine. But when I was 13, I don't speak to her anymore, my sister. No bad feelings, I just don't answer her calls. She's lovely, she's very cerebral, reflective, wonderful qualities. I just prefer to live in the here and the now, and I was really excited about inviting you round, but you're my friend. At least I want you to be my friend. I like hosting dinners and planning fun things, making people feel good. I like spending time with you. But please, don't make this into something else. Stop prodding. Please.
I am incredibly, unmistakably alone. I am washed up on the shores of the unknown, waiting to explore and baking in this heat as the water above me bursts and bounces off my skin. The humidity is comforting. So I sit here for a while. And a while more. I'm fine. It's just the heat. It reminds me of your strength and of your size and of your height, and how at night when you used to howl so loud, it was like the whole place was glowing with your sound. And I knew then that I didn't have to be afraid of the monsters under the bed, because I knew then that you would scare them away. But I hear them now. I see them, and I feel them in my chest. I've been meaning to tell you that last night I saw them, and I saw them, and they came into my space. I ripped their faces. I made them bleed. I used my teeth, and I would do it again, and again, and again, and again.
Who are you? Who the hell are you? You don't even know who you are. Where are you going? I told you, I'm going. You'll never be someone. I am someone. This is not your life. You'll never make your mum proud. Get her name out of your mouth. Mum's dead. And gone, and Dad too. Well, he's not dead, but he's gone. He doesn't know anybody. He doesn't know himself. He doesn't know anyone. And I sometimes look at him like the hand on a clock, ticking and ticking by day, slowly deteriorating until he knows nothing of himself. I have to make her proud. I have to make my mum proud, but I just want to run. Run so far for miles and miles and miles. No fear, no pain, no thoughts, just me running. I have to make her proud. I have to make my mum proud. You'll never make her proud. Get out of my head.